This morning, the latest from Frankfurt, where one student was killed during a shooting on a college campus. And the U.S. ramps up its pressure campaign against Venezuela's leader with more military action. We have the latest escalation in tensions.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Caroline Mueller here with you on this Thursday, December 11th. We are inching up on that 5 o'clock hour, so let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Desmal for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, I know yesterday I said I was not going to be surprised when I saw the snow on the ground, and I wasn't, but only because Megan did give me a little heads up. She sent me a little Snapchat video this morning warning me that there would be snow on the ground, and it was good because I told her I would have been surprised.
Well, there you go. I'm glad that you weren't surprised when you did end up leaving your house this morning. So that goes for you as well as you're heading out the door. Don't forget there is some snow outside for many folks. So let's take a look at that radar this morning. It's a relatively calmer morning for some folks. I mean, we're just looking at trace amounts for many across the region, but right now we're still hanging on to some snow in portions of Perry County, Leslie County, Knott County, even down to Harlan. It's going to be a snowy morning for some, so be careful while you're driving out on those roads early on in the day. We do have another chance of snow later tonight that will continue into tomorrow. More on that as you head into our main weather a little bit later in the newscast. But in terms of those temperatures, we're talking 30s this morning, very chilly temperatures, and we won't be seeing too much improvement of those temperatures as we head into the afternoon. Low 30s for our northern counties and only getting to the upper 30s for our far southern counties. So bundle up. You'll definitely need to wear your coat. Here's a look at Thursday's forecast. Again, not going to see too much change in those temperatures, but we're looking at cloudy skies for most of the daytime hours with another chance of snow later tonight. Caroline.
Megan, thank you. We continue to follow a deadly shooting at Kentucky State University in Frankfurt. Officials with the Frankfurt Police Department responded Tuesday just after 3 p.m. 19-year-old John Darrell Fox Jr. of Indianapolis was killed in that shooting. Another student was seriously injured and is still in the ICU. Police arrested 48-year-old Jacob Lee Bard of Evansville, Indiana. He was charged with murder and first-degree assault. Police say Bard is the parent of a student at KSU, but they couldn't specify why he was on campus. We're told there was a physical altercation that happened before the shooting. However, it's unclear what the fight was about. Last night, community members from all backgrounds came together for a vigil at a Frankfurt church to honor the students involved. The university's president and other community leaders used the vigil to call for unity and support. Kentucky State University has canceled classes for the rest of the semester. Although the KSU community is mourning the loss of a classmate, gun violence nationwide is declining. The Gun Violence Archive reports shootings have declined during the last 4 years. Gun Violence Archive Executive Director Mark Bryant says gun violence peaked in 2021 and 2022, but the numbers show significant improvements.
This last 2 years, we've been very fortunate. We've been seeing numbers going down compared to last year, and we're down 20%, which is awesome.
Bryant credits lawmakers, community groups, and security, but what happened at KSU shows the work is not done. He says it's hard to predict if this downward trend will continue. A Johnson County man had his jury trial pushed back in a federal video voyeurism case. A judge delayed the trial for Henry Richter that had been scheduled for next month. Richter was arrested back in September. Police say he admitted to placing hidden cameras in a bedroom and bathroom with the intention of recording a 15-year-old girl dressing and showering. A status conference was scheduled for January 12th in Ashland. Kentucky lawmakers heard about a number of health care issues, from pain management to drug treatment programs, as they line out the agenda for next year's legislative session. Former Governor Ernie Fletcher was among the people who testified yesterday. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what was discussed and how it could impact the overall health care of the state.
Good morning. With the budget year looming, once again, Kentucky lawmakers will be presented with numerous requests, and health care always looms large.
When it comes to Medicaid, we've gone from just under $10 billion about 5 or 6 years ago. Now we're over $20 billion. So it's accelerated in terms of the cost.
Medicaid Oversight and Advisory Committee met for several hours Wednesday, hearing of a number of bill requests.
No other disease has this far-reaching impact.
First up was former governor and Dr. Ernie Fletcher, who talked about a unique drug addiction treatment program that he calls a recovery ecosystem,
which blends the resources of clinical services, the social recovery model, and community assets of housing, transportation.
Fletcher says it takes about 9 to 12 months to heal the brain.
So his is a little bit innovative. It's something that we need to continue to look at.
Lawmakers were also told of bills to reform pain management to get away from pills and possibly to prevent surgery.
The research shows that shifting to these care options offers immediate savings, not just down the road.
Wednesday's discussion follows months of meetings and ideas to juggle costs versus need.
Have better efficiencies in delivering the services, but we also want to make sure that the health benefits to those folks who are on this are getting the care that they need.
Much of what is happening follows another bill that was passed earlier this year. That's House Bill 695. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The next legislative session where issues like this will be voted on begins on January 6th. Tensions are ratcheting up again in the Caribbean after the U.S. seized a sanctioned Venezuela oil tanker Wednesday, not long after it left port. Venezuela is calling the seizure a serious international crime and is vowing to defend its homeland. A senior military official and a source familiar with the matter say the U.S. is contemplating more operations like this one amid a U.S. military buildup aimed at stopping drug trafficking.
It was seized for a very good reason. I assume we're going to keep the oil.
In an interview with Politico this week, President Trump issued a warning to Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. Maduro has accused the Trump administration of pressing for regime change in order to control the country's oil reserves. In its focus on immigration Wednesday, the White House launched the website for an expedited visa program dubbed Trump Gold Card. It's selling for at least $1 million to visitors who provide a substantial benefit to the U.S.
All funds go to the United States government. Could be a tremendous amount of money.
In other news surrounding the president, a federal judge has said the Trump administration must end its deployment of California National Guard troops in Los Angeles. The administration is expected to appeal. The CBS Evening News will have a new anchor in the new year. After nearly 7 years, Tony DeCopo will be leaving Nate Burleson, Gayle King, and Vlad Dudier to take over as anchor of the CBS Evening News. The announcement was made on CBS Mornings.
It's a crazy morning. It's an amazing thing to say. And I think it's a really important show at a really important time.
No, I won't.
The Emmy Award-winning journalist will start his new position Monday, January 5th, with a cross-country tour to hear from Americans navigating many of the stories the show will be covering. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News This Morning. Coming up, ordered last-minute gifts and waiting on deliveries, KSP warns thieves are cruising neighborhoods, scouting homes and stealing packages.
And I'll have your updated call for snowfall.